Oh, we're gonna call this meeting. We'll go ahead and call this meeting to order at the Committee of the Whole. And this is the committee meeting on the topic of discussion, the investigation of the former chief, Paul Prime. And as you all know, how we end up today is that the former chief had went to several media outlets, and he had called upon this council to do investigating some different discussions of topics that he thought there was some wrongdoing. We, the council, decided to hire outside legal counsels to go ahead and look into these into these topics and investigate them. And so, therefore, we had ended up hiring, a firm out of Birmingham by the help of Council Member Ben Reynolds and also Josh Woods. And again, thank y'all gentlemen again for bringing this special counsel to us. And so therefore we had turned around and hired this counsel and to go ahead and do an investigation. And the lead counsel on this is Mr. William C. Bill Athanas. Okay. Apologize for that. And we do appreciate all your hard work. We know that this had took plenty of time and some time. But again, we thank you for all your hard work. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to turn this meeting over to Mr. Bill. And therefore, the council had charged him to look into 4 different topics. And we want him to really to address those 4 different topics to us. Therefore, he also provided us with a report that's over 200 pages, but he also did a summary. But we're going to ask him as he go over the 4 topics that's included into the summary. And then any questions that any council member have after that, I will go by districts, and then we'll go ahead and conclude from there. Mr. Bill, we're in your hands.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Council hired Bradley Aaron on May 28th, 2024. They asked us to address 4 specific areas of allegations that were lodged by former police chief Paul Prine. Those allegations included relating to a contract that the city executed with a company called 321Z Insights LLC. Also that there were allegations regarding whether the chain of command was properly followed with respect to the Gulf Coast Technology Center and access to use of resources. Additionally, allegation number 3 involved the breakdown of relations regarding the city administration and Chief Prine that ultimately led to his termination. And the 4th related to whether written grievances filed by Chief Prine were properly addressed and investigated. Over the course of the last 8 weeks, we spent approximately 500 man hours taking testimony from 17 witnesses over the course of roughly 30 hours. The transcript pages total roughly 2,000 pages. Additionally, we collected approximately 8,500 pages of documents, which we reviewed. Most of those were emails from the city. We made certain findings as a result of that investigation. I want to take the allegations in order. With respect to allegation 1 involving the 321Z contract, we found that Commander Kevin Levy provided false testimony during the course of our investigation. We also found that he violated, and that's a violation of city.
Hold on 1 second. If there any order disruption whatsoever, one word, we're going to ask you to lead this meeting. I do apologize.
Yes, sir. That is a violation of city policy. We also found that Commander Levy's actions with respect to a signature page that was created on a document violated a separate city policy regarding the alteration of city records. Additionally, it amounts to tampering with government documents, which is a violation of Alabama Code 13A 1012, which is a Class A misdemeanor. We found no other findings of violations of law with respect to the 321Z contract, law or policy. With respect to allegation 2 involving chain of command issues, we found no violations of law or violations of city policy with respect to that allegation. With respect to allegation 3, the breakdown of relations between the city administration that ultimately led to Chief Prine's termination, we found no violations of law or city policy. With respect to allegation 4 regarding written grievances filed by Chief Prine, and I want to clarify there were 2 grievances, but only one was written. The verbal grievance was deemed to be outside the scope of our investigation. With respect to the written grievances filed, we found no violation of law or city policy. The remainder of our report is contained in the document. I would urge people to read the entire report before coming to any conclusions. The mandate that we were given by this council was to conduct a report whose methodology could not be questioned. And that meant being thorough and being fair. We were both. We believe the report reflects that. And I strongly encourage people to read that report. We're going to make it available publicly. There will be minor redactions made with respect to one law enforcement sensitive issue, and also redacting the names of Merit System employees who were involved in the investigation, again, whom no finding of wrongdoing were made. As to those Merit System employees, that redaction is made consistent with city policy. That's my report, sir.
All right. We're going to start off with District 1. Councilman Penn, any questions?
No questions. Thank you, Mr. President. I do want to thank Bill so much for taking the time to investigate this matter. That was something that was charged by the city council, and we're glad to receive that information. And just like he said, I'm recommending that all citizens have an opportunity to go look at this particular document. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, sir.
District 2, Councilman Carroll, questions?
If I did, that would go to the point of what were the findings, if any, but I think the report in itself makes it extremely clear as to what the statement of finding or statement of action or minor action that was done with the contracts, and also how the contracts were changed and those things. I think that'll be very clear when you read them. I think that the actions taken by this council were to find out exactly what the truth was in this process and to make sure that we got to the bare bone of the process and what actually happened. I think this report has done that. I think that once the public reads this and finds out exactly what the truth is and exactly the manner in which this happened, I would hope that it restores the confidence in the true public of this administration and of this council. The whole point in this investigation was to bolster the public confidence in this administration and this city government. So it would be noteworthy to state that all of you need to read the report. It will be given in link form and access for all of you to get it online. It's quite extensive. It's 288 pages of a whole lot of documents that, by the way, I did read last night. For those of you that suggest that we can't get things done like that in a timely manner, every word of it. So I would think that public trust here is the most important thing. And I think that everyone needs to read it so that you truly know what happened. Thank you.
Okay. District 4, Councilman Reynolds.
I don't have a whole lot to say at this point. We received the report. I haven't, gotten all the way through it, marked it all up. Look forward to doing that. I want to thank Bill for doing a very thorough job. Apparently, it seems that way, that it's very thorough, and I think that's what this council was after, just a fact-finding mission to put all the facts out there for everyone in the public to see. We had a lot of back and forth going on in the media. Things were said, and we felt it necessary to go on a fact-finding mission and produce it for everyone. We have now done that. We have produced a very thorough product for everyone to read, and I think it's important that everybody read every bit of it. Everyone who's got a concern with it to read it and understand it and make sure that it, is given the appropriate amount of care. So I look forward to reading it. I hope that we're able to, use the information that we have to affect our public policy in the most effective way possible. And so that's all I have at this point.
District 5, Councilman Davis.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would like to join my colleagues in commending Mr. Athanas and his team at Bradley ARANT for a very thorough report, which I hope, as my colleagues have indicated, will go a long way toward resolving any divisions within the city with respect to the allocations made by former Chief Prine. I'd also like to thank the administration for the full, fair, and complete way in which they have responded to the requests of Mr. Athanas, providing thousands and thousands of documents and making sure that every employee that Mr. Athanas wanted to speak to, he had an opportunity to speak to. As Mr. Athanas has indicated, the process that he followed was very thorough. And I think that I urge our citizens, those who are interested in this controversy, to read through the entire report. There's a lot of data in there, and I think that if you're interested in this issue, you need to read the full report, which will be released, I hope, later on today. Thank you, Mr. President.
District 6, Councilman Woods.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. President. I want to join and say thank you to Mr. Thames as well. And thank you to the administration for fully cooperating, walking through this. Obviously, this kind of came about as Council President mentioned, this came about from some accusations and things. I do hope, and I really do believe that, this investigation was thorough. That the 288 some odd pages are full of facts, and that's what we have to stand on, is facts, not accusations. So I'm glad to see this report come out. I know that accusations or things were said about folks within the administration. I do want to point out that the facts are in there, that we'll let you read the report. So that's it for me.
District 7, Vice President Gregory.
Thank you, Mr. President. And Bill, I too join my colleagues in thanking you for putting this report together and spending so much time and being so thorough. Everybody, I know we have said this, but everybody needs to remember that the special counsel, Bill and his team, were only there to investigate matters which, if they were true, would constitute illegal, unethical, or out of policy behavior. And that's what Bill has reported to us. In every instance, they were using best investigatory practices, identifying anyone who might have committed an alleged violation and what that violation might have been, precisely what law, regulation, procedure, standard, or practice or city policy was allegedly violated, and then precisely when and where any such alleged violation occurred. It's already been reported that we began this investigation, the city council did, because of allegations that were made. So we hired this firm, set them to work, and within 8 weeks, they have brought this report back. It is lengthy. It goes through all of the different witness testimonies, so you can read those for yourself and see where it lands. One of the things we did not ask Bill and his team to do was to provide us with opinions. But I think when you read it, you will come to conclusions yourself as to whether there are any actionable items or not. So again, we will have the link out later this afternoon for you to read. And like the rest of my colleagues, I just hope that this clears up some of the controversy that has been going on, and that we are able to use this for restoring in areas that have, been a problem lately with the public, restoring the public's trust in this administration and in the city council as a whole.
Thank you, Vice President Gregory, and also like to thank all my colleagues. Colleagues, you know that we was charged to do this investigation. We did our jobs. Our job is to ask questions and to investigate, and that we had done. And so what's the question is now, what to do now? What's next? The next thing I'm going to ask of our attorney to make sure that he get the reports and make sure that it be forward to the DA office and AG office and whoever else that, we can report this to, our findings. And then pretty much we did what we can do. And again, we did our jobs. Again, Mr. Bill, I do thank you for all the hard work that you and your firm had done. We really do appreciate it. We know it was a lot of work, and also like to thank the administration also for working with the law firm also. If there's anything else from this particular council before we adjourn this meeting. Okay. If not, this meeting is adjourned.